There we go. We all good?
We are.
We are.
Okay.
Really good.
I love your notes.
We're really good?
Really good.
All right. Well, good. Let's talk about how good we are and how good 2024 went. Almost said 25. That's topic of the day. We are always asking everybody else for their wins. So today we are going to give you our wins of 2024. And like always, the year goes by faster and faster. So it's actually hard to even remember what it was 2024 versus even the year before that. Because it doesn't seem like it's been that long. So we're going to try to run through some of our personal, professional wins that we have for ourselves and discuss them with you guys. And it's important to do. So we're going to do it live and then maybe give you a little glimpse of some things to come in 2025.
Okay.
Sprung that on you, didn't I?
Wow, yeah. Jeff's
Didn't know that part was coming.
Jeff's going to give you a preview of what's coming in 2025. I think we have a general idea, which feels good because I probably can say for sure that's a win we can all start off with, that there may have been years we didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shit, yeah.
So
who wants to go first?
Win number one.
Josh, you have an entire book over there. You probably should go first.
Do you want to start with professional or personal?
Don't care.
Okay, let's start with professional. Is that okay?
Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
care.
Yeah.
So back in February, we launched the nutrition element of our 12-week program, which was scary and exciting all at the same time. But, you know, we're 10, 11 months into it now, and I would say it's going well and growing with some exciting stuff to come.
Yeah,
So
that definitely has a big excitement element coming that we'll share with you in 2025 for sure.
Yeah, and so that was my first win. Do we want to keep going? Or?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, throw them out.
So
Keep going.
This last year, I went into the Enlifted Mindset Coaching class, which you guys can speak to, was challenging and exciting also, but a big win. And then we took the trip to Austin to the conference, which just added to lots of personal growth and professional growth. It helped me to another professional win, which I would say is overcoming stories in my head that were holding me back. Another win was a consistent podcast that we've now been going for.
We know how to cheer. Can we cheer on here?
Yeah, there's a button.
That one needs a cheer.
Oh. There it is. There it is.
Hey. Oh, that was funny.
I think
Got there.
we're in the 40s, right, of episodes.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
And although our podcast is informational, it's also a comedy, as you can see.
Shit show.
And the last of my professional wins, I've witnessed countless transformation of folks, not just physical, but mental and emotional transformations this past year, and it's been a huge win.
Awesome. Those are really good.
Those are good.
Are you getting some sparks?
Yeah, now I have some ideas because I didn't have a book written down.
Do you want me to go next?
I don't care. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I kind of did what Josh did. I kind of went through the year, which I just want to say this was fun to do. I've never done anything like this. I mean, we do talk about celebrating wins all the time, and we definitely celebrate them, but actually just sitting down to reflect and going over a year's worth of positive, exciting highlights. Like I wrote down, that's what I wrote down in my book. I wrote down highlights. It's like, these were the highlights of my year. So professionally, Pulse is it's just growing in like the best way. It's hard to even put into words, but it feels so good, and the energy that it creates for all of us and for our members, it's just indescribable. So I'm just gonna go back to I had something great happen in every month, but February I believe is when we did launch the podcast, right?
I think.
So yeah, I
tried to forget about the first few.
Maybe we. I don't think
Just kidding.
Yeah,
I learned a lot.
Yeah, we're learning a lot. We're growing a lot in doing the podcast. So I will say that's a huge win, because each time we're recording and we're putting out content, we're learning how to do things and how not to do things, and so that's a huge win. In March, we hosted our 4th annual scavenger hunt.
Yeah,
and
it's our
we're
biggest one.
And of course, that will be coming up again in 2025. Our biggest one, again, that is an event that's growing. It was born out of COVID when things were canceled, and we didn't want everything to be canceled. And so we just took it on into our own hands to do it. And now it's turned into an annual thing and not just a replacement for a year where things didn't happen. So that was awesome. In May, we hosted our first transformation celebration where we took our first year or so of clients and just treated them to an awesome evening of vendors and drinks and food and just celebrating and sharing stories of all of their wins, which, by the way, was the best of that night, was it not?
It was.
Listening to everybody talk about the growth they experienced, and like Josh said it best, not just physical, but mental, emotional, really getting into that whole picture of what transformation really means. So that was an awesome day. We followed that weekend up with one of my favorite parts of last year, or this year, Mark England, one of the co-founders of the Lifted, the mindset course that Josh took, the mindset course that I took. He came to the gym. I was paying attention one day to a little word tours he was giving throughout the Midwest. I sent him a message not knowing if I'd even get a response from him, and all of a sudden he was booked to come into Pulse. That was amazing. And then that brought us into the summer where we did our Kirkenfest training program that we do with our clients to get them all to go to the 5K. We brought our largest group ever. That's our goal every year, is to increase the size of that group. And guess what? We delivered. They delivered. Awesome day spent with our members, and I do take people through a training program leading up to that. It's always one of the highlights of my year, watching someone go from doing something they didn't think they could do to watch them across the finish line. And bingo, that's why I do what I do every day, is to get people moving closer to those moments that they didn't think they could achieve. September, we went to Texas and Lifted experience. Lots of personal and professional growth there for all of us. Fun weekend, right? Didn't we have so much fun?
Pretty sure we learned
remember
about euchre.
Josh learned how to play euchre in Texas. That's
And
a huge win.
how to milk the cow.
Yeah.
And
What happens when you're in the barn when you get to 9 points?
Josh, how many cards do you give your partner? Do you give him more cards or less cards? What do you give him?
Less.
No, he didn't say it.
Giving the meat.
You give
Oh,
him
the meat. I forgot.
So yeah, euchre. And then we just, we'll move on from that one. That just means you give them 3 cards in the first dealing, if anybody wants to know what the meat is. Okay, so that takes us to what we just celebrated this past Friday with all of our clients, was our awesome holiday party. Always bigger, always better, and this year did not disappoint. We had the best holiday party. It was yacht rock style. We were in costumes. We had great music. We had great food. We played trivia. So just an awesome way for us to show our members a great night out and thank them for making the Pulse family exactly that, a family, and showing our appreciation, because without them, we're not here.
Nope.
So, yeah.
So thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Those
thank
were my
you.
professional highlights. Sorry, I had a lot.
Okay, and then there was me. What the hell you want me to talk about?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, we'll.
You want my-
Yeah, thank you for the notes, Tina. Thanks for recapping all my wins. No, Pulse wins. I'm going to start with those because the kind of cool thing is my professional is maybe becoming a little bit different too. So I got extra layers to that, which I'm excited about. But for Pulse, I'm going to start with that. And the first thing is the growth of the team, not in a numbers way, but in a confidence and putting ourselves out there kind of way. Seeing you guys, both of you, really coming out of our shell and being proud of like what we have to offer has been really amazing to see happen. Like, I feel like we've had tons of knowledge and we weren't sharing it with people.
Absolutely.
We were holding all this stuff in that we have the ability to help people. We've been doing this for 18 years, 17 years, whatever the hell it's been now. And finally really letting it out that we we have answers for people and we can really help, and seeing you guys really, and it comes down to us being more educated. We've probably spent more time on education this past year as a whole than we ever have. And I'm excited to continue that path because education is where, we're never done learning. So this was a great year, great reminder that education should always be on the forefront for us, and we will never stop learning until the day we die. So that's my big pulse win is, just seeing how far we've come. Obviously this podcast, which you guys both mentioned, which, was something I've had in my mind for several years, to finally put it out there, and just this, the skills that I'm developing from doing it, as on a personal side of things, like just how much better I'm becoming at speaking in front of audience, speaking in front of people, and becoming a lot more confident in that. So those are my pulse wins that you guys didn't cover.
Awesome.
Per se.
Yay! Yeah. Okay, which one is it?
He nailed it.
Don't forget everything.
Audience.
Live studio audience.
All right, personal or professional. I have kind of 3 categories: personal, professional, and personal. So.
Well, you want to go first this time?
Wait, what do you have? Personal, pulse, personal, professional, and personal. Yeah. All right, do you want to go first?
Sure. Personal and professional, kind of a combination of the two. And going right off what I just said about becoming a better speaker and coaching and educated, I'm excited that my coaches that I've been working with for the last year, that I'm getting to be involved in actually doing some coaching with them and, taking them through, what I know and how we deliver our transformation programs. And now I get the opportunity to help teach other coaches around the country how to deliver a program that's, like what we're delivering. So to me, it's really exciting. I never seen that coming or really even thought about it until the kind of opportunity started to present itself as time has went on in this coaching program that I'm in. So that's been a huge win for me because, like I said, it just kind of opens up a whole nother avenue of, if my goal is to help as many people as possible, there's only so many people you can work with one-on-one. And then, so the more people I get to educate and they get to teach something, leaves that footprint that much bigger and wider. So super exciting for me on a personal, professional level.
Anything else?
That's it.
Maybe you'll think of some.
Am I missing one?
I don't know.
You need to remind me of something?
I don't know. I don't remember. Did you do any races or events last year?
I was a real slacker on that.
Oh, I think
you could talk about what you're about to do.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Well, that's going to go into 2025.
Yeah,
so we're on highlights now. So
that was I have a few personal things, but that was kind of my personal, professional kind of.
Oh, you're going into that your third category.
Yeah,
we don't.
I don't have a
have
third
2
category.
So that's fine. So now you guys go into your personal, and then we'll.
You want to go? Or you want me to?
Sure, I can
loop
go.
back.
Okay, go right ahead.
I can go. And so in 2023, I decided that I was ready to take on some new adventures, and I made a commitment to myself, and I did this in my mindset course, the Unlifted one that we keep referencing, that I was going to make sure that when I said yes to something, that it was going to bring some excitement. Not that the other things I did weren't exciting, because they were, but I was feeling that tug or that need for something new, just to finding things that made me tick, that made me excited, that brought me joy. And so the first opportunity came along when a group of ladies asked me to do their River to River relay. It's in Southern Illinois. I did that in April with them, and that was a fun and new and exciting way to do something active that I enjoyed outdoors, because as I've discovered, I want to be outside moving. That's where I really, really want to be. I love being in the gym, love doing that part of it, but being outside is where it's like, now I'm fired up. So I did the River to River relay, so that was exciting. My husband and I took a trip to the Smoky Mountains, which was exciting. We did a couple challenging hikes there that I had never done, I had never visited before, so that checked the box for a new place and an adventure. This one's kind of exciting too. Well, they're all exciting. This is why I put them as my highlights. I ran my fastest 5K at age 45. probably what's the most exciting part about that is, number one, that I actually just shared that with everybody, because sometimes we feel this need to kind of suppress things that we're proud of because we don't want it to sound like we're bragging. And actually sharing it today just makes me feel so good, because I can tell you that even just a few years ago, I had stories in my head that the best of what I was ever going to do had already happened.
Wrong.
Exactly. So then I'm like, wait a minute. So what am I going to do at age? I just turned 46 last week. What am I going to do at age 46? I sure as hell hope the best things that are going to happen to me haven't happened yet. And the way I'm going to make sure that happens is to continue to challenge myself and find those ways to grow and to learn. Again, I'm going to do a personal and professional one for my next one, the Kirkenfest Run. I enjoy that race every year. The best part about this year's race personally is I had my mother and father-in-law were in town from Florida. They joined me. I had 2 of my daughters join me. That was the first time that I had that many family members there. Occasionally, like, one of the kids would pop in or out, but that was really special just to be there that day and have them there, and just making it that family thing that brought me joy. And hear them say they're going to do it again next year. It's like, yes, so excited for them to join me for that. And then in September, I took a trip out to Washington State. My husband probably wants me to stop talking about Washington State, because I only think about going back to Washington State to do more hiking, because I did the most incredible hiking trip that I've been on so far, because there's going to be more. And again, it was another moment where I proved to myself that nothing's over. I can do anything I want. And I did it scared. I was frightened during most of the hike, but I have since learned from then, just listening to a few like podcasts of people that I really like, that like that feeling when you have that's your excitement and your energy and your adrenaline, and that means you're ready. And so now when I think back on the fear that I felt during that hike, I'm like, no, you were just ready. You were just ready. And that was just your body's response saying like, go, let's do this. And it was just super incredible. Growth this year, which is a big goal of mine, is I always want to be growing. I wrote down 3 words: balance, boundaries, and confidence. Boom.
3 good ways to grow.
Yeah. So that was how I can sum up 2024 for me into 3 words. So growing my balance in my life, and growing my confidence, and growing my boundaries, which again, just make me show up better everywhere I go. And I couldn't ask for anything more. And a great team.
Sounds like 2024 was pretty damn good.
I had a great 2024.
Awesome.
Josh?
Your balance, boundaries, and I had consistency was in mine.
Ooh,
here.
I like that.
With, I think I did really well this year in my journey with balance and consistency. You know, when you have busy lives with kids and all the activities and work and everything that gets in the way, a constant challenge of mine the last really decade, let's say, has been that consistency, boundaries, and balance. And that's been a success for 2024. Going back to last winter, you mentioned some of the races. You and I started our speed training earlier than...
I didn't mention it, but we did.
We started early last year, and it led to your fastest time.
It led.
We started way earlier than normal, and we had some really cold Saturday mornings, but it paid off. I don't know that I had a PR last year, but I had some really good race times, and I did a new half marathon, which was very different and much more challenging than any half I've ever done. And I'm going to do it again this year and do better, just because it was so fun.
And I'm going to join him on that one too, because it sounds fun.
And then, let's see, it kind of goes together with the growing professionally, stepping out of my comfort zone, and trying new things. So that was kind of my crossover between the professional growth. It has led to some personal growth, because there's that crossover of comfort zone things and trying new things. So
nice.
Good job.
Good work this year. guess that leaves me on the personal side of things. Personally, I kind of mentioned it, education. I invested, like I said, a lot more into being educated, and well, I learned that I wasn't doing enough of that in probably the previous few years. So being all in on education is super exciting. Felt really good to have people that know more than me around me and constantly learning. And then the second thing would be confidence. Confidence is growing. Like I said, if you watched episode 1 of this, my knees would be shaking. My voice just probably trim. And yeah, just don't watch it. Or if you really want to go watch it. It doesn't matter because I don't care anymore. So as far as that goes, on what I've grown, and then just a few personal wins. I did, again, I realized that I do need something in my life that I'm chasing after that is challenging. This year, I didn't really have a big race or event that I was working towards and realized I need it. So that's a win that I recognize that I didn't have that this year, and I will have it coming up real soon. Probably more than I could ask for. What I didn't do in 2024, I'm doubling down. I'm going for it in 2025. I'm going to make up for that shit.
And if you want to find out what it is, you're just going to have to keep watching. Because
eventually I'll tell you.
This is only about 2024 highlights. But our plans for 2025 are coming soon.
And then some other personal, and I've been telling Josh this forever that I wasn't going to get into all this youth coaching stuff. And damn it, here I am coaching everything.
Youth Coach of the Year.
Didn't win that award. However, I did have a lot of fun now that my kids are getting older and getting into this stuff, and getting to meet all their friends and classmates is a lot of fun. And youth coaching is honestly just fun, and that's the beauty of it, is these kids don't even know any better. So I get to just go out and be a kid and have some fun with them and not take anything too serious. And it's been a lot of fun, whether coaching a group of kids, playing soccer, basketball, hockey, football. Am I missing any?
I don't know. I can't remember any of the other ones. I feel
doing it at home, or like I said, doing it with Max's teammates and stuff. It's just been a lot of fun. So on the personal side, and we took a few trips. We did hiking. I went to Colorado this year, me and Deanna and some other couples, and we got some hiking in out there, which was awesome. And well, I'll just save my next comment for when we decide to give preview to 2025.
Okay, that sounds good.
Does anybody have any other wins that we're leaving, forgot, left off the table, or wins that somebody else is forgetting?
I can't think of any, except like we talked about. It sounds like we all had a wonderful year. I would like to challenge any of our listeners to sit down and do exactly what we did in the simplest way that I did, and I think Josh did, and I don't know how Jeff's strategy
Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about Jeff's strategy, but I literally just listed out the months of the year and even used that good old phone, went kind of back in some photos and some memories and used it to jog my memory. Again, we don't spend enough time celebrating our wins and our progress. And if I hadn't been intentional about sitting down to do this, I wouldn't be having the chills I have right now sitting here thinking about how awesome this feels. So I would like for you all to have this feeling and go back and dig out the highlights of your year, because I promise they're there.
Oh, absolutely.
I know that they are there.
So important to do, just because then you're going to want to do it again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you forget about the hike that you went on, you're not going to want to go on another hike.
Yeah, like now I know I want to make sure that I get speed training in again.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I would maybe remember, but you saying that, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do that. So this will be a great way to spark those goals that you might have for yourself for the new year.
So, Josh, anything you want to add?
No, I think we nailed it.
All right. Well, something I learned over the last year is that if you want something to happen, you really have to put it out there and then figure the shit out. Don't try to figure everything out, all the details ahead of time. You say what you're going to do, and then you commit to it, and then you will figure out how to make it happen. So I'm just going to put it out there, exactly what we're going to do. So that way I have to go get all the details that are required. That
I'm
not even sure what's happening.
what's happening?
What's happening?
So in June, of 2025, we are going to plan a hiking trip in Utah, in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we're going to rent a big mansion to house 20 to 30 people that want to join us. We're going to have a hell of a good time. We're going to set up 3 days of hiking. We'll have a couple different levels of hiking, and easy and intermediate and challenging. And all your trails will be set. We'll have the food all in this house. We'll have a chef. We're going to have all the drinks. Everything will be taken care of. It'll be like on an all-inclusive trip, but we're going hiking.
If you want to learn how to play euchre.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to play euchre, we'll teach you.
We'll teach you how to play euchre.
So that's going down in June. We'll get the date finalized, but if you are interested in joining us, let us know so we can start booking spots. I'm pretty confident we're probably going to fill up this house because it's going to be an awesome trip. And, and then we're also going to help, create a training plan for everybody who wants to go, and you'll know all the trails that you want to know or that you want to do. And we'll, give you a plan on how to get it done and be prepared for when you get there. So I'm putting that out there.
Yay!
As a preview.
It's happening.
It's going down.
Yay.
And then my personal preview for the race that I'm going to do is the last man standing. Hopefully I'm not the first man out. But
maybe that's what we should call it. So that you're like, I'm not going to be the first man out.
Yeah, just don't be the first man out. Even if I am, it doesn't matter. I'm doing a race to every hour on the hour. I'm going to run 4.19 miles. And the premise of the race is the last person that's still doing this, no matter how long it takes, is the winner. Last year, the person went for 60 hours. I will not be that guy. So hopefully he doesn't show up. Maybe sick. But anyways, my goal will actually probably literally be don't be the first one out. Because who knows how long that'll be. So I'm excited. Like
That's awesome.
Going all in.
That's awesome.
Any previews for you guys 2025? I'll just do a Pulse preview.
Okay.
Oh,
Going back to Josh, and I'm really excited for him to take leadership and own his own program. So he's got a nutrition program that we are going to have more details on, but we're going to launch that in hopefully February.
Yeah.
So,
and it's going to be awesome.
It is. And excited to see him take it. He's been working hard on it. So I'm excited to see it all come together.
Yep. Exciting.
Anything else? You guys got any previews for yourselves?
I'm going to speed train with Josh.
Apparently soon.
Next year.
Well, that's only 2 weeks away.
It's soon.
Oh, why'd you have to bring that up?
So, all right. Well, there's our recap. 2024 was amazing, and 2025 is going to be even better.
Yep.
And super excited.